Welcome everybody, I'm Alexander Linz, Head of Content of WatchAdvisor.com, the biggest search engine of wristwatches and official retailers on the net. With me now at Baselworld 2018, Sascha Moeri, who is the CEO of Karl F. Bucherer. Welcome, Sascha.
Welcome, Alexander. I'm delighted to welcome you on the world of Karl F. Bucherer here in Basel on our new booth.
Karl F. Bucherer is celebrating its 130th anniversary.
Yeah, that's
so
amazing.
I can't even believe that 130 years ago. No, it's amazing. 130 years ago, Karl F. Bucherer, he was a retailer, started to manufacture his own watches.
Absolutely. I mean, he started 1888, opening his first store in Lucerne together with his wife.
Yeah.
You know, his wife and him together,
Yeah.
selling jewelry and watches. And in 1919, he created his own first wristwatch, and it was a Lady Art Deco watch.
So you're celebrating this, and as a retailer, Karl F. Bucherer, the Bucherer company recently bought Tourneau's in the States. You are one of the big giants. Let me ask you frankly, is it difficult as a retailer as you are to have also an own brand called Karl F. Bucherer? Is it something you are... how difficult is it, or how easy is it on the both sides to be retailer and manufacturer of own watches?
I understand this question, but first of all, you know, we're a family-owned company,
Okay.
and that's very unique and very special. So the family went from father to son, from father to son. We're still family-owned, 100% by one person, Mr. Jörg Bucherer, the sole owner, and we are fully independent. That's a huge privilege. Maybe we are now a little bit bigger because of the acquisition of Tourneau, but we still have these family values. Long-term orientation, commitment,
Okay.
and real value. So that's very, very rare in our industry, and I'm very proud of this. And to your question, no, it's an advantage, because if you imagine, a few years ago there was a huge battle about watch movements. Luckily, we had the chance to build our own production plant, where we produce our own in-house movement. With now also the new watch we're launching here in Basel, the T3000 Tourbillon. So this competence we have now in-house. And on the top, today you have a battle of distribution. And to have the own distribution in the own group, that's the best possible case for a company like Karl F. Bucherer. So I'm very proud to have this distribution. And you should not forget that actually we are the founding father's name, Karl F. Bucherer. So we are very proud to be a own manufacturing company within the group. So I see it clearly as a strength.
For this anniversary, you are presenting first time an in-house made tourbillon.
Yes, that's right.
So I think you must be proud,
Yes,
because
I'm
this
proud.
is you have to, because this is kind of the utmost what you can do in watchmaking.
Yes.
And it's a
And it's very unique because it's a double peripheral, so called. Why? We have, we are the leader of the peripheral system, the peripheral rotor,
Yeah.
and now also the tourbillon has the same system, and it's a floating tourbillon based on our peripheral system. So that's why it's so unique. It's also patented, of course, and our team was working like 4 years on that project, because we knew we want to have it for the anniversary, and that it's really now on time ready here in Basel. It makes me super proud, and it's also I think for my whole team, I need to thank them, because what they did the last 4 years is a huge achievement, and I'm just proud. Yeah.
Explain me just in a few words peripheral for those who don't understand what we're talking about. So the winding rotor
Yes.
is located in the on the outside of the movement.
Absolutely, that's the perfect explanation. Normally, the rotor, the mass,
Covers
50% of
Yeah.
the movement. So we said, no, we want to have the full inside into the movement. So let's do the mass around the
Yeah.
movement. And of course, this takes some energy, especially for the R&D department. And I'm very happy that we succeeded.
So all your in-house movements are equipped with the peripheral rotor?
No.
Oh,
No. The most famous one, the A1000
Okay.
series and the A2000 series, and now the T3000 for
Yeah.
the tourbillon. Of course, they have this peripheral system, but we also have other in-house movements
That are not using that system.
That are not
Okay.
using that system. But this system is very important, as it's our brand DNA, and it's something we really focus on communication, that people reminds Karl F. Bucherer very well with the peripheral system.
Okay. Looking back in your history, you have been producing a lot of exceptional watches.
Yes.
If you would pick one out of the history, which would be the one you would say this was the most iconic watch you have ever been producing? Was a chronograph? Was it a ladies' watch? What would you say?
That's so unfair. That's such an unfair
No, it's not
question.
unfair.
I think it's two watches. Number one, it's the Art Deco lady watches, which I have mentioned to you, which was the first watch in 1919. I have some picture I can show you afterwards, because it's really where everything has started.
Yeah.
But for me, for men watch, it's the Manero Flyback. The Manero Flyback, which we have launched last year, contains so many elements of watches we did in the 50s, 60s and 70s. So it's actually a new watch. It's a chronograph, of course, a flyback.
Yeah.
But it contains a lot of vintage elements, and that's why I think it's a very important.
So
piece
it's
for
kind
us.
of an all-inclusive
Yeah.
or all-in-one. So you took a lot of elements of historical watches and you put them into one specific chronograph watch.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's also personal, very important to me, because when I joined the company back in 2010, we were selling 6,000 watches a year. Now we more than quadrupled. We sell already 25,000 pieces.
Bucherer is selling 25,000
a year.
Yeah.
And we are only limited due to production capacity.
So you would be able to sell more?
Yes, and we will sell more this year, because with the new production plant in Lengnau by Biel, we can easily increase up to 27,000, 28,000 already this year, and I see a potential in this production plant up to 30,000. So this is possible for us.
Will this be realized only in between the in the Bucherer network, or do you have external
Absolutely.
Yeah?
We have 350 point of sales globally, 7 branches, affiliates, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, etc., and many independent retailers. That's super important. Of course, crucial is Europe, because 40% of our business is done in Europe, but 40% of our business is done in Asia, and then 20% in Americas and the rest of the world. But just coming back to my favorite piece, the Manero Flyback, I would like to insist, because at that time when we were selling the 6,000 pieces, we were nearly selling only a few into a collection which was called Manero. Today, the Manero line, the whole line which we developed the last few years, contains about 25% of the total turnover of these 25,000 pieces. So this line has become so important for my team and myself, the success we had. That's also why this piece is very iconic for me, the Flyback.
The collection is made out of almost all type of watches. You have diving watches, chronographs, you have elegant watches, you have hand-wound watches, you have automatic watches, and now even a tourbillon. Is there anything missing, or are you planning to go even further to say, okay, we attack with a minute repeater or a grande complication or something like this? Is this something you're...
Alexander, I'm a little bit worried. I think you read my mind. I mean, and this is very special, because we were talking before. We just met. Absolutely. In my dreams, I see a minute repeater from Karl Bucherer together with the tourbillon combined. And
so it's not excluded. You say, no, we are not going so far. You are really thinking about developing also such highly complicated pieces in-house.
I already started a few years ago with this development, and I hope that next year when we are sitting together and we are on this table, it makes bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, we will record it.
That would be very nice.
Yeah, we will record it.
Now it's the plan. I would like to introduce in Basel next year the minute repeater with the tourbillon from Karl Bucherer.
Great. So the grandfathers would be very proud of you.
I hope so. They can be very proud of our team. They do a fantastic job, and you know, what is so unique at Bucherer, everybody works for the patron. They know, and they work, you know, if they need to work on weekends, they do, because they have to, not because they must, you know. They want to. And this is very special, because they really appreciate their boss, which is a very good leader to all of us. And it's a privilege. I mean, I have been already in big groups, big companies, and I learned a lot. I'm very thankful. But what I can experience here with Mr. Bucherer, this is so unique, and I'm just honored to have this chance.
So, Sascha, thank you very much for the small summary of the 130th anniversary. Thank you very much for presenting also some of the timepieces. And I'm looking really forward to see that tourbillon minute repeater.
You will.
Or at least the minute repeater.
Yes. Okay.
Next year. So, take it.
You will see it, my word.
Yeah. And I will come here and we will have that watch sounding on the table. Yeah, I'm looking forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alexander.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, of course, and to like our videos.
Bye-bye.